On a stormy night in the year 1899, the good ship Antelope was wrecked off the English coast. She'd come all the way from Lilliput with a crew of tiny men and women. In the storm at sea, however, only 3 of the entire crew survived the shipwreck. They were discovered by 2 children, who took them to their home and kept the secret to themselves. Only 2 other people knew of the Lilliputians' existence, Harwell Mincing and his sister Sarah, who meant to capture the little people and make their fortunes. But the day dawned when the Garstanton family moved home, and by accident, the 3 little people got left behind.
Do you think it's locked?
Of course it's locked. It's sure to be locked. You don't imagine, do you, that they're going to go off for good and leave the front door open for any giant to walk in?
Well, locked or unlocked makes no difference. We wouldn't be able to open it.
We are incarcerated in an empty house. We are doomed, Spellbush.
Oh, Plumstones, Fistram, we're not doomed at all. The new owners will arrive soon, won't they, Broker?
Perhaps.
Perhaps not, too. For all you know, Spellbush, by the time they arrive, the cellar rats could have taken over this place.
There's a gap.
What?
Yes. Big enough to crawl through at the bottom of the wash-house door. The maid was always complaining about the draft blowing through.
But how do we get into the wash-house?
Simple. Through the kitchen. Come along.
We can't get into the kitchen.
What?
Well, the kitchen door's shut tight, like this one.
Oh. There you are, I told you. We're doomed, Spellbush. Where are you going?
Well, do you want to get out of here or don't you?
What?
How can you be sure, brother, that your precious fairy folk have not packed their belongings too? Gone off to live in a mushroom in a fairy dell.
For the last time, Sarah, they are not fairy folk. They are human beings exactly the same as you or I.
Human beings 8 inches tall?
Yes. And I know they're still in that house, Sarah. I was here when the Pantechnicon went off. Confound it, sister, I helped unload the wretched vehicle. The little creatures did not go off inside it, believe me.
Supposing what you say is true, and they do exist, and they are in there.
They do, they are.
We can't stand here watching that house forever.
I shall think of something, Sarah. In the meantime, we shall stay here, remaining unobtrusive. The main thing is not to let anyone become aware of our presence.
Polish your boots up for you, mister.
Be gone, boy.
Oh, come on, mister. Can I, mister? I'll clean them so you can see your face in them for a farthing.
Farthing, boy? Do we look as if we're made of farthings, boy? Do you think that farthings grow on trees?
You heard me, boy. Be off with you.
Please, mister. I've not earned anything all morning. Don't take some home with me. Get my ears belted.
If you don't leave here this instant, I shall belt your ears myself. And have you put in charge for vagrancy to boot.
Is he being a bother to you, sir? What have I told you early in shore? About pestering people, especially toffs. That's the only language he understands.
Ow!
Don't you give me ow, my lad!
If this urchin belongs to you, madam, I thank you to take him out of our presence.
He's mine, all right, sir. Though there's many a time that I wish he wasn't. And that's me, his own grandmother, saying it. He wears his clothes out faster than a pitman. He eats like a pitman's donkey. Look at his shirt. You'd never think that I'd sat up half the night a washing and an ironing of it. If some kind person, sir, was to give me a 6pence, I could happen get him a new pair of breeches. How dare you get yourself into such a state, you ungrateful hooligan!
Get off!
Don't you give me get off. Don't you give me, don't!
Give us something.
Give her something?
We don't want the police, prying into our business. Give us something quickly. Here. Here's 2pence, woman.
2pence!
With our approval for the way you're bringing up the wretch. Nothing like firm discipline for building up a boy's character.
2pence. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you kindly, ma'am. Look, Ernie Henshaw. Oh, 2pence all to ourselves. That'll get me a gin and a full tankard of porter for your grandpa, most like. God bless you both. Let's try the alehouse.
Walk away, we'll come back later.
There's our route into the kitchen.
The damn waiter? We'd never move it.
And even if we could move it, there's no possible way we could climb up to it.
Well, I'm not suggesting that we move it or climb up to it.
What exactly are you suggesting?
You'll see.
You'll see.
Oh, dear.
There it is, our escape route.
Tristram, is this what we did all that climbing for?
Come on.
Do you think it's safe?
I wouldn't have thought so for a moment. Oh, come on.
Well...
Don't look down. Now, hug the wall. Take it slowly. Poker.
What?
Poker. Plum stones.
Sorry.
Right. There we are.
Down there.
You're not afraid?
Afraid? I am Spellbush Freelock, adventurer, explorer. Adventurers don't know the meaning of fear. It is a profession, however, that knows the need for caution. Isn't there another way down?
No, not if you want to get into the kitchen. Well, it's as easy as falling off a log.
Or falling off a rope. Here goes.
It's no use, Spellbush. I am afraid. I can't do it.
Yes, you can, Christian. Just close your eyes and reach for the rope.
I can't. None of my family has a head for heights. I'll stay here. You go on.
Suit yourself. At least you ain't the short for company.
All right. Come on, Spellbush.
I don't suppose it occurred to you to consider how we were going to get down from here.
There are times when intelligence gets you farther than fine words or sheer bravado.
Spellbush.
Come on.
I'm all right, let's go. I felt, as leader of the expedition, it was my duty to test the apparatus at top speed, in case we ever encounter another of those things and need to make a speedy exit. Oh, stop grinning and come on. There. What? There you are. Where there's a manner, there's a means. I told you I'd get you out of there if you just trust me. Follow me. The first step is always the most decisive. Or as our honored countryman Talbot Parker put it, a small step for Lilliputian, but a giant leap for Lilliput! Forward! Yes, this looks as good a place as any other to pitch our camp. We'll retire now and rethink our tactics after dark. We're going to miss those children.
Yes, in some ways they were useful, but on the other hand, there were times when, well, they were childish.
They were extremely useful in helping us get from one place to another.
Well, we'd be better off without them. once we've learnt to stand on our own 2 feet.
No, I agree with Spellbush. We are going to miss them. They were so good at getting us things to eat. We can't stay in a cupboard forever, Spellbush. We'll starve to death.
Well, if it's anything to do with you, Fistrum, the mice in here will perish long before you.
Shh. It's only that owl again.
Not that. I'm sure I heard something. I did hear something. There's someone moving about outside.
He's imagining things again.
I didn't imagine that, did I? If we keep absolutely still and don't make a sound, perhaps he'll go away. He has no reason to suspect that we're in here.
None whatsoever. So there's a candle burning and the cupboard door's ajar.
Put out the candle, Mr. I'll close the door. Who goes there, friend or foe?
What the heck is you?
Oh, no, it's another boy!
Are you real? Or has somebody made you up?
Of course we're real, boy. Do we look as if someone had made us up?
Dunno. You're right, Titchy, aren't you? You're just like dolls.
Titchy?
Dolls?
Don't you point your finger at me, boy, or you'll soon discover just how real we are.
Where have you come from? Have you always been that titchy, or have you shrunk?
Shrunk? Shrunk indeed.
Who do you belong to?
We don't belong to anyone, boy. We're not bondsmen. We are merchant seamen. Or, to be more precise, my companions are merchant seamen. I happen to hold a more exalted rank. I am Spellbush Freelock, official plenipotentiary of his most imperial...
Not now.
We are Lilliputians.
Lily who? Who's she when she's at home? Cass mother?
Not only another boy, but an ignorant boy to boot. Send him about his way, Spellbush.
Oh, don't be so hasty, Spellbush. No. He's only a boy, but he could be of some use. For a start, he could help us get away from here. He could bring us clothes. He could find food for us.
What'd your last servant die of?
They didn't die of anything. They moved out into the country. And I, for one, certainly have no intention of being drawn back into a situation again whereby I'm totally reliant on a child, fetching and carrying meagre portions of milk and biscuits.
Wait a minute. I'm not fetching and carrying nothing for nobody. I've got myself to look after. I've run away from home, I have.
You see? Not only a boy and an ignorant boy, but a vagrant to boot. He's not the slightest use to a Spellbush. He couldn't feed and clothe.
Nah, I've no intention of doing neither.
Yeah, it's true, boy. Our paths lie in different directions. We've been millstoned around each other's necks.
Well, it suits me, Titchy. You go your way and I'll go mine. I only came in here for a night's shelter. First thing in the morning, I'm scarpering.
Yes, well, good luck, boy. Sleep well, go on.
Ta-ra.
Oh, well done, Spellbush. You really sent him packing.
Well, I had to. I couldn't countenance being told what to do by a child again.
Yes, you were quite right, Spellbush.
It would have been very pleasant to have had something to look forward to apart from mouse-trap cheese and owls. Dogs.
Anyone in there? City constabulary here. If there is a felon in there and he don't speak up, it'll be all the worse for him when I do catch him. I'm coming inside now. If I can get inside, that is.
Hey, Titchies!
Why the thump would anyone light a candle and then stick it in a cupboard? doors. He didn't go out through there. That's a fact. It's well and truly locked, is that? Nowhere near neither. So if they're not in here... they're not in here, which seemingly they ain't. So it would seem, Wilfred, as if as how the bird or birds have flown, preparatory to your arrival. So nothing remains for you, my lad. Upstairs, eh? Is to go back to the station and tender your report.
His feet are enormous.
Yes, and they're very smelly.
It's your fault, mister. You invited him in.
He's got to have somewhere to hide.
Come on then, Titches. Come on. Oh, come on. Here.
No, thank you, boy. I can manage myself.
I think I can too.
Speaking for myself, I wouldn't be averse to a modicum of assistance.
Eh?
Oh, hold the bar of the scales.
Okay, come on then.
Thank you, boy.
It's all right, Titchy. If it hadn't been for you three showing me where to hide, that peeler would have run me in for sure.
Well, we are, it seems, indebted to each other. It's possible that we may have been a trifle hasty earlier.
Yes, you were.
If you would like to reconsider your decision, we three would be agreeable to offering you the benefit of our experience.
If you'd assist us in obtaining food, I like...
Among other things.
Well, for the time being only, Spellbush. I mean, well, it wouldn't have to be a permanent thing.
Oh, no. Try it for a while. See how we go, eh? See if he comes up to scratch.
Oh, right.
I don't know. I suppose if I got a scrounge good for myself, I wouldn't have to scrounge a bit for you three. I mean, anyway, it would take a lot to feed you.
Yeah.
Go on then, Titches. We'll see how it goes.
With one proviso. You will never, ever again refer to us as Titches. I am Spellbush Freelock. Navigator, explorer, plenipotentiary, extraordinary...
Spellbush! You've told him that. I'm Fistrom.
I'm Brelka.
I'm Ernie. Ernie Henshaw.
Is it essential, Howell, that I be a party to your criminal activities?
If you wish to be a party to a fortune, Sarah, then the answer is yes.
I sometimes wonder, brother, whether your hell-bent thirst for self-destruction will not be assuaged until both of us are clothed in shameful raiment, myself in Holloway women's prison garb and you in a straitjacket.
I shall not be satisfied, Sarah, until we are living in the lap of shameless luxury. And in a place befitting our station. Royal Harrogate Spa, or Eastbourne, or Tunbridge Wells. Hold that.
I won't deign to ask where you acquired this monstrous article.
From Bosco at the alehouse, Sarah. Ah! One of these should do the trick.
Well, what if someone's in?
The house is empty, Sarah. How many times must I tell you that? Gar Stanton and his tribe moved out 2 days ago, and the new tenants haven't yet moved in. The only creatures inside these walls are those cunning devils I seek to get these hands on.
Morning. Oh, you won't need keys, I've opened up. Well, it's open, you can go straight in. Don't mind me, I'm just doing a job around the side. The agent sent me. Well, go on in then. It is Mr. and Mrs. Evans who've come up from Wales to see the house, isn't it?
Indeed, oh goodness, yes, it is, yes. I'm Evan Evans, otherwise known as Evans the Entrepreneur from Aberystwyth, and this here's my good lady Blodwen. Travelled up from the valleys yesterday, all the way by steam train and donkey cart. Didn't we, Blod?
There's distance, look you, isn't it?
Yeah, the agent told me to expect you sometime today. You're early.
Oh, better than late, isn't it? Look you, we heard the property had gone.
Ah, there was a customer for it, yeah. Then he goes and changed his mind. It's up for sale again now. Well, go on in, don't mind me. Oh, and I'm going to fix that window as well. Somebody broke into the place last night.
Broke in?
Aye, and out again. Hey, look at the place is empty, eh? And there's nothing inside worth stealing.
Whoever it was that came in there. But why there? Why that window? That's why. Because I saw a light. A candle light. The cunning creatures, confound them, concealed themselves beneath this sink.
Now they've gone. Someone's been here before you, brother. The game is over at last.
Huh? So you admit at last that they exist, my little people?
I admit to nothing, brother, save to the knowledge that there are men at large as mad as thou art thyself.
Hello? What's this?
Old rags, by the look of it. Brushes, boot blacking.
Boot blacking? Boot blacking? Now, why should anyone discuss... Ye gods, Sarah, boot blacking! Rags, brushes! Do they not bring anything to mind?
Only Millie Lottersby.
Who?
Well, that slovenly maid that used to be in my employ. She could lay on blacking that thick, you'd think she was a bricklayer with a trowel, wasteful sloven.
A curse on Millie Lottersby, Sarah. Aye, and a curse on myself for letting that pauper escape when I could have had him and his worthless hag of a grandmother cast into the workhouse.
What pauper? What worthless hag?
Yesterday morning, Sarah, that boot-black urchin. He broke in here last night, I'm sure of it.
You're sure of nothing of the kind?
Oh, confound it, Sarah. Will you refute the evidence that is before your eyes? These are his rags, his boot-blacking. He emptied that box of his inside this wash-house. Now, why would he do a thing like that?
Because he's as mad as you are. Because he, too, sees little creatures wherever he looks and he wanted to black their boots for them.
To put something else inside it. Something precious that he found here. I tell you, Sarah, all we have to do is to find that brat and the box, and the little people are in our hands at last.
Is it your liking, then? The house, Mr. Evans?
Attend to your business, man. Come on, Sarah, we've got work to do. We must find that brat. Come on, Sarah.
Who'd you say they are?
The Mincings.
They've been trying to get their hands on us for months.
Yes, but we've always managed to get the best of them, Fistram.
So far. But now we need to get as far away from here as possible.
Suits me. If my granddad got his hands on me, he'd brain me, he would. He'd knock my head off.
We thought we might make for the coastline.
Back to where we came from.
Right.
Back to the sea. The sea? Hey, we're really going there. Heckers, eh? The fizzing sea.
Lilliputian, Lilliputian, over oceans far away, those who yonder